This is Ludo from DELAIN, and you're watching Death Metal Interview.
That Metal Interview.
We welcome you once more to a new installment and episode of That Metal Interview. From the state of Texas, your friend James welcomes you once more, and we thank you for your continued support and friends and fanatics that download the episodes as they are coming out, right? Either on streaming services or on YouTube. And now that we've mentioned YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to that channel, That Metal Interview podcast, with your host and friend James. Anyways, so we have bassist extraordinaire Ludo Cioffi. Full name is Ludovico Cioffi, from Italy, and he talks about how he landed the DELAIN gig. He talks and gives us a quick rig rundown. And if you guys know who he is, Ludo is also the guitarist for the Modern Age Slavery. He's a vocalist and guitarist for NIGHTLAND, and he will give us an update on those two bands, and he'll talk about DELAIN's upcoming tours, should I say, European and North American. If you guys are keeping up with DELAIN's, all you DELAINers, as they call you guys, right? They call us guys fans. So anyways, right now I'm going to present to you a song from DELAIN's upcoming EP, Dance with the Devil, dropping November 8th via Napalm Records. This is The Reaping. We'll be right back. And that was the reaping off of the brand new EP by DELAIN, Dance with the Devil. And of course, you got Diana Leah there on vocals, as we've had her on the podcast before, and a big shout out to her and the rest of the guys from DELAIN. Martine, of course, he's been on the show. Sander, drummer. Ronald, guitarist. And of course, Ludo is our guest on this episode of That Metal Interview. And anyways, let's go directly to our chat with the bassist, the Italian multi-instrumentalist and great musician, Ludo. Here we go. Where are you? What part of the planet?
So I'm in Italy. Precisely in Pesaro, my hometown. It's in the northeast of Italy, on the seaside. Very nice place.
Very cool. Wow, we just see those places in movies. I've never been there, so maybe one day.
Absolutely, you should.
So let's take it to the beginning, Ludo. The beginnings of your musical career, if you will. At what age did you pick up an instrument, or what made you get into rock metal?
Oh wow! Well, I came into the rock world as a listener, thanks to my father, who gave me a CD of Deep Purple in rock when I was a kid. But I got into playing music when I was in high school. I was probably 15 or something like that. And funny story, I wanted to to form a band with my classmates, and then I went to ask for drum lessons. But I got to the wrong place, and I bumped into a guitar teacher. And that guy told me like, yeah, sure, come next Monday with the instrument if you have it. Otherwise, I give it to you one, and let's start. So by mistake, I started playing guitar instead of drums. And then, I formed my first band, NIGHTLAND. We started to play immediately our original songs. I immediately love to write music, and my inspirations back there were mostly power metal bands, folk metal bands, that kind of stuff, in Severum, Children of Bodom maybe. That was maybe my main thing. And then after years and years, I got closer to death metal, and then for some reason I got into symphonic metal, and here I am now.
Wow. You're in a symphonic metal band now. Very cool. So
yes, absolutely.
So how many instruments do you play?
Well, I play guitar with my other bands in Italy here, and I play bass with DELAIN. So that's my thing. Well, of course, I also sing in my band NIGHTLAND. I'm guitarist and singer, vocalist. I growl and scream. But now, my main thing now is bass.
Very cool. We'll get to those bands right now. Maybe you can give us an update a little bit later on before we let you go. So, you said that you mentioned a couple of bands there that got you into rock, right? Which is your main superhero? If you had to pick one band that got you into all this stuff, who would you point to?
Ooh. Well, I would say my main inspiration, my biggest hero, probably is Dimmu Borgir. Is where I got my inspiration for my vocals and for my guitar style, as I say, and also the way I songwrite for my other bands. And that's been my main inspiration for all my teenage, and and it's still one of my favorite bands for sure. So I would say Dimmu Borgir.
Yeah, I've seen him one time live in San Antonio, Texas here. Wow.
Yeah.
Those guys are just great. Dimmu, they're awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you get into the band at DELAIN? How did you get this gig?
Well, how that happened? Well, after their split, they were searching for a live bass player. They got in contact with Rob from Epica to record their album, the new album, Dark Waters. But it was too busy with Epica for being also available as a live member for DELAIN. So they were searching for a bass player, live bass player, and they kind of searched everywhere, also on the internet, and eventually they got to know me through my band, the NIGHTLAND. They saw me as a guitar player and singer back then, but they wanted to contact me and ask me if I was interested in playing bass with them. And yeah, that was actually thanks to social media, because they found me on online and contacted me through Facebook. So yeah, that was kind of a surprise for me. Totally surprised, and but it was a very nice approach, I have to say. Yeah.
For non-musicians, fans listening to this, if you're a guitar player, I guess you can play bass too, huh? It's just a part of. It's like a guitar with less strings, right? Right.
Every time I say this live, bass players get so angry about this. But yeah, well, the thing that I always say is that I'm not a bass player. I play bass. I'm a guitarist who plays bass, and yeah, I cannot play bass with like finger style. I can only play it with the pick, because that's how I play guitar. So it's easier for me. And so yeah, I would say the way I play it, yeah, it's easy for a guitarist. But if you ask me to play like proper bass player stuff, I cannot do that. Absolutely.
Right. I play guitar too here in Texas. I understand the both sides of that. So, but you know what? That doesn't really matter, because I mean, fans don't know if they're enjoying a song by DELAIN or NIGHTLAND or Dimu. They can't tell if it's you're playing with the fingers or a pick, or if it's the correct way to play it or incorrect. I think fans just want to enjoy a song, but I guess your point is coming from a musician's point of view, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I can tell you that at a certain point, also, I mean, it's not that just playing with pick is easier than playing fingerstyle. It's not about that. It's also about the sound that you want. And in our case, we really want kind of a rock metal sound that goes like super tight with the drums, and I need a lot of attack on the sound in my hands, and that happens when you play with the pick. So yeah, so that's also needed. It's part of the sound, and also, as you said, people are just enjoying the music, so they don't really care about that. Right.
Also, I mean, the guitar players have a different way of playing bass, because you play it like a guitar, but you know what? There's no correct way or incorrect in my eyes. You know, as a musician, I don't think. Have you heard Malmsteen play bass? You know, he just tears it up too. The way you do, you play like a guitar.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. And also nowadays, yeah. Go on, please tell me.
I'm sorry. So, who came up with the term the DELAINers? I notice you guys call your fans the DELAINers.
Ooh, I think they've been calling the fans DELAINers since before I joined the band. So I don't really know what the real answer is, but I guess it's just a nice way to call our audience in and feel them and make them feel part of the family somehow, because DELAINers are the people of DELAIN. So I think it's because of that. So it's just a nice way to call them, I would say.
You guys, speaking of fans, you guys have a growing fan base. It's growing like quick. I mean, you guys are headlining a bunch of stuff. You guys are about to do a U.S. tour sometime next year, right? With Alexandria,
yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're touring the U.S. next year in March. It's gonna be a nice run, and together with Alexandria and Edge of Paradise. Yeah, our fan base is pretty much everywhere. And of course, in some countries it's stronger. Probably UK and the Netherlands, of course, and Germany, Switzerland, and Poland. And these are our best countries, probably, where our fan base is more is bigger and yeah, and more loyal. But we want also to make it grow in the States. That's why we're coming back to the States. We've been there last year in September, and we're super looking forward to be there again. And yeah, it's gonna be super fun.
What's your favorite part of touring the U.S.?
Ooh. Well, probably.
Don't say McDonald's.
Well, but it's also part of it. And even if I'm Italian, and all the Italian people always say, "Oh no, you're Italian, you should be proud of your food. Don't not eating McDonald's." But I'm gonna say it anyway. I really enjoy eating McDonald's in tour in the US, and I've done that a lot. And it happens, of course, because it's easy to reach. It's everywhere, and I also like it. So that's part of.
Yeah.
That's something that I like of touring the US. Absolutely, but probably the best part is the audience, because people in the US and also Canada, I would say in North America in general, they have so much energy, and they are really intense in feelings. When they like you, they like you, like they love you, and they go full power in showing you how much they love you, and that's something that I really like.
That's a good thing right there, I think, because it speaks volumes of what you're doing with your music. I mean, that means you guys are hitting a chord with the audience. Once you see bigger crowds and people singing your songs, and the fan base growing on social media and all that, so you guys are doing something right there. So keep it up. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, absolutely. The feedback we have with the people is amazing, and all the energy that we get back is because we are probably giving them the right vibes, the right energy, and they are all giving us all they have, and we are so grateful for that. So yeah, that's amazing.
Dancing with the Devil, brand new EP from you guys, November 8th, dropping. It kind of looks like a live album. Is it all one concert, or is it different concerts? And
well, you are right. It's it's almost a live album.
Yeah.
There are two new songs and a couple of actually one song from our first album, Lucidity, but it's replayed and remixed and remastered with the new lineup, and a bunch of live songs from our last European tour. And yeah, we wanted to give people some treats for what we experienced in this last European tour, because it was so great, and some venues, some shows were absolutely amazing. And we decided to put some live songs from the show in Warsaw, Poland. That was definitely one of the highlights of the tour. So yeah, we wanted to celebrate that, to tribute our fans with that, because it was a very, very special moment of this year.
so how does that work for fans wondering, non-musicians? Do you guys have to set up recording equipment every show, or do you guys just pick certain shows? You know what? Let's do this in Poland. Let's do this in Germany. Or how does that work?
Well, in our case, our sound engineer, Lawrence, he has equipment that allow us to record every show if we want. That's a big plus, and that's super helpful in case we want to keep some of the recordings for new albums or something. So it's pretty easy for us. He has a digital desk, and every instrument goes in his front desk, and so is able to record every show if he wants. That's amazing.
You guys also have the same title track, "Dance with the Devil," the video. And where'd you guys shoot this video at?
So the video of "Dance with the Devil" was shot in Germany last summer, and was kind of an experience because we work with this company. It was the first time we worked with this company with Mirko, and well, it was very very stressful because we had almost no time to get ready for the videos. It was the day after we played a festival in Germany, and it was super rush, and playing the festival, traveling all the way across Germany to get to the studio and shoot the video, and a very very long day, but we made it, and we are super happy about the results, and more is coming. More is coming from from the same studio, from the same group. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
The same people. Yeah. So, are you
Yes.
a fan of shooting videos, like standing there for a day or two, for 6 hours shooting the same bass parts and or some different shots, or are you one of those? I don't want to do this. This is not live. I don't like this.
Oh, well, I've also with my other bands, I've shot many videos, and I have to say, the part that I like the most about shooting videos is usually the preparation. I've always done like props for my videos for my other bands myself. I've set up everything. I've thought about the designing of the stage or the sets. But with DELAIN, this doesn't happen, of course, because we have professional people doing that, and I kind of miss a little bit that. But it's also a lot of work out of my shoulders, so that's also super fine. Finally enjoying just going there and performing and just playing. That's way in this way you can focus more on your performance, of course, because you don't have so many thoughts in your mind. It's always ideal to have a proper rest and to make the crew work, not overwork in the day, but sometimes you need to fit in the budget. You need to make everything possible for people coming from different countries and logistics and everything. So sometimes, well, most of the time, shooting videos is always rushy and way too many hours shooting in the day. You cannot focus on details. You need to to get everything done before night, and yeah, that's how it happens.
Yeah, it's a big old process. So give us an update on your bands or side projects, NIGHTLAND, for example, and then let's start with that one. What's going on there with NIGHTLAND?
Oh, well, and NIGHTLAND in this moment is in standby because I was very very busy with DELAIN in this last 2 years, and NIGHTLAND in particular is my side project where I write the music and everything. So when I have time, and I hopefully very soon, I would like to get back to writing new music, and I would love to get a new album ready for next year. That's my plan, actually. I'm not sure if we're going to play live again. I hope so, but not sure about that because I'm also very busy, and it's not easy to get people together and start, rehearsing and going live again and make them the ball rolling again. It's not easy. But one thing for sure is that I want to write a new album and publish it. So, yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, you got a full plate. Exactly.
Yeah.
How about the modern day slavery? Does that still exist, or is that in the past?
Yes, absolutely. The Modern Day Slavery is another band. Yeah, I joined them in 2016. Super cool band. I was a fan of that band even before I joined them. Was one of the yeah the rising stars of death metal scene in Italy in 2008, 2009, 2010, in those years. Yeah, they are active. We are actually about to publish new material, new songs. So yeah, if you're interested in death metal and that kind of stuff, well, you need to keep an eye on that, because we're gonna release something soon. So that's also interesting.
Any other side projects or bands that you might be in or want to mention?
Yes, Son of the Sounds is my other project. I play guitar there as well, and yes, we are active. We are playing. We have a festival next month in the Netherlands, and next year we have big plans for next year for new music, new releases, new videos, new everything, and more shows. So that's also something very exciting that I am doing. Of course, whenever I have time to do that, because I'm pretty busy with DELAIN. But whenever I have time, this is really cool stuff that I love to do.
You're just a super busy guy, huh? Do you ever do you have a home or do you have a bed?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, for instance, in this moment I am in my studio, and I can tell you that I spend way more time here than at home. That's for sure. Sometimes I sleep here as well.
Hey, life's short, right? You got to do what you got to do and try to get as much done as possible in life, huh? I get you. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's a quick sci-fi question. We have a little bit of time. If you could time travel, Ludo, where would you travel to in time, and which year would you want to visit?
Ooh, that's a great question. Probably I would travel back to 15th century.
Wow.
Yes, because I would love to see all the artists and everything going on during Renaissance in Italy. So I would love to travel to Florence and Venice and Rome and see what happens there in those years, where basically most of the art that we are celebrating now in my country was made. And not only art, but also science and many other things.
Wow, very interesting right there. Wow, that's cool. Renaissance. For musicians listening, I know you play bass with DELAIN and guitar and the other bands and vocals. Can you give us a quick rig rundown? I guess start with the DELAIN equipment, live in studio, and then if you can jump to NIGHTLAND stuff.
Oh, with DELAIN it's very easy. I play Dingle basses, NG3. It's the Nollygack signature model. I have a Darkglass pedal, B7K, and for my live rig, that's it. I have nothing else. It's super easy. Of course, our sound engineer does some magic in his front desk. So I give him my signal from the pedal, and he does the magic. But it's very simple rig, and I love that. That is so simple. You want to know also with the other bands?
Sure, yeah, the guitar stuff.
Yeah, so with the guitar, I've always played Schecter guitars, both with NIGHTLAND and the Modern Day Slavery. I play 7-strings Schecter guitars. I have a custom one for NIGHTLAND, very cool one that I love. It's a V shape that comes from the Jeff Loomis model that I tweaked a little bit. And then I have Neural Quad Cortex for NIGHTLAND, and with the Modern Day Slavery I use EVH amplifier 5153 with very simple pedal board. like just overdrive in the input, and just one delay and one boost for my solos. Very, very, very simple rig actually. And with some of the sounds, I play Hapa's guitar with the neural quad cortex as well, and that's also very, very simple rig there actually. So
very cool. What's next on your agenda here? I know you're a busy guy. Of course, you got the tour next year in the US. What's on your agenda right now?
Well, next thing we have is UK and Ireland tour in November next month, and 7 shows across the islands, and it's gonna be super cool. And then, of course, the release of the EP is gonna get us pretty busy with promo and everything. And then in next January we have a couple of shows in the Netherlands, and then in March the US tour, and then all the festivals coming. And it's also time for writing new material, new music.
Awesome. No rest for the wicked, huh? Perfect.
Of course.
Dance with the Devil, brand new EP, November 8th. People listening, pick it up, pre-order, and all that stuff. So thank you, Ludo. We'll let you go. I know you got other interviews and stuff. So thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for this interview. Thank you very much.
Awesome. See you in Texas.
Yeah. Bye. Thanks.
A true insight into the world of DELAIN for all of you DELAINers out there wanting to hear these artists, these musicians pertaining to DELAIN speak of the inside in the world of DELAIN. And the brand new EP dropping November 8th, 2024. Depends when you are listening to this. You might already have access to the EP. And we thank Napalm Records for bringing the kill once more with all these awesome badass bands, of course. And anyways, Dance with the Devil, pick it up. Support, go out there, as DELAIN will be hitting the road. Actually, they're always on the road, but these future endeavors here, they got a European deal coming up. They have a North American tour also. And log on to their socials for those details, as you guys should support all metal bands. And go out there and purchase merchandise, as I always ask you guys to support these people anyway. So don't forget to support the podcast on your favorite streaming service, your preferred way of listening to these episodes. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, download, blah blah blah. So anyways, on behalf of your friend James, all the way from the state of Texas, floating around the sun. Isn't that something? Anyways, don't forget to keep it metal.
That metal interview.